good, man? This your boy Smooth Cat, rolling with Colossal Boxing Talk as usual. And in this video, I'm gonna touch on a few topics, and I'm not gonna be too long on everything. I'm just gonna touch on a few things. Okay, first and foremost, I'm gonna touch on Canelo Lara. Okay, that was a very close competitive fight, and I honestly feel that the early rounds, Lara was looking good. He was doing what he had to do, but it's like once Canelo touched him, it's like Lara went into kind of like retreat mode. And don't get me wrong, the phrase running in boxing is kind of what's the word for it? The phrase running in boxing is getting kind of old. But the thing is this, because I've seen a lot of people, they're sitting there, they talking about lateral movement. That's lateral movement. No. Lateral movement. Okay, an example like with Floyd Mayweather. When Mayweather is moving, he's moving to get away from shots, but he's also always in position to punch. So a lateral movement is, yes, you're moving, but you're always in position to attack. And in the case with Lara wasn't even trying to be in position to attack. Lara was just sitting there, and as soon as Canelo would load up to throw a shot, he dipping out, he gone. And like I say, over the weekend in the past few days, I've argued with numerous, debated, because I wasn't arguing. I debated with numerous people and telling them my thoughts on it. I scored the fight 7-5 for Canelo. He landed the hardest shots. He brought the fight. And honestly, yes, Lara did box. Lara did a lot of great things in the ring, and I take nothing away from him. But he stopped himself from winning that fight, because all Lara had to do was keep throwing punches and keep if you'd have kept throwing punches, there would have been no way in hell the judges, as people keep crying robbery. It wasn't a robbery, it was a close fight. And just because Canelo doesn't go out there and dominate dominate the second best junior middleweight in the world, that in no fucking reason means that hold on. Just because he didn't go dominate the second best junior middleweight in the world, that doesn't mean that, oh, Canelo's a bum, he was exposed, because Lara didn't dominate him either. It was a close competitive fight. It could have went either way. Like I say, I'm not necessarily, I wouldn't argue with anybody who felt Lara won, but for these cards I'm seeing, talk about 9-3 and 10-2, get the fuck out of here. There's no way in hell that boy won them goddamn 10 or 9 rounds. Stop it. Stop being biased. Look, the sport of boxing is, don't get me wrong, everybody got fighters they like and everybody got fighters that they don't like. But if you saw Lara winning that fight 10-2, I truly question your boxing knowledge. I do. I honestly do. That's just me. But anyways, on another topic, Manny Pacquiao versus Chris Algieri is officially official. And the thing with that is, first, outside of beating Ruslan Provodnikov, what has Chris Algieri done to deserve this fight? Nothing. And in his career, he's only had one 12-round fight so far, and that so happens to be against Ruslan Provodnikov. And this fight here with Manny Pacquiao, he doesn't deserve this fight at all. But hey, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna underestimate Algieri at all. Yes, Pacquiao should be favored to win this fight, but I'm not gonna underestimate Algieri. And I'm not saying he's gonna win, but I'm gonna do what I usually do. I'm gonna study film, and I'm gonna check both guys out. I'm gonna try to devise a game plan for both, and then I'll be back to you guys with a full video talking about Manny Pacquiao versus Chris Algieri. But honestly, like I said, this is a fight, and I'm not sure how the sales are gonna go for this one, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if these sales are kind of low. But if promoted the right way, these sales can be high. because as we all know, don't get me wrong, Manny Pacquiao is still he's still a cash cow. I mean, don't get me, his pay-per-view numbers of late hasn't been on tap with what they used to be. But I believe that's because the general public is trying to force the hand and make him and Mayweather get in the ring together. That's just my thoughts on that. So I believe that a lot of people they're buying into the boycott both of these guys' pay-per-views. No need to watch them. The thing is this: it's like for all the people who've been waiting for this Mayweather-Pacquiao fight. The fight was first talked up in 2008. It is 2014, and we're on the verge of it being 2015. Me, honestly, I would still like to see this fight, but I think this fight is like way overdue. And like Naseem Richardson said, I've never sat back that long waiting on a woman. Honestly, six years, damn near 6 years with this fight. That's crazy. That's ludicrous. Those guys should have been fought. Long story short, I'm not going to turn this into a Pacquiao versus Mayweather video. And speaking of Mayweather and Maidana, so far with these press conferences, they're talking about making these bets with each other, and how Mayweather is saying, Maidana originally said, you let me use my gloves, and if I win, I get the whole purse. And I think Mayweather yelled out, okay, or something like that. But Mayweather came up there and was talking about pulling Maidana's whole card. But yesterday, Robert Guerrero, I apologize. Robert Garcia, he said, well, Floyd, shake my hand. We're going to do shit like real men do it. Shake my hand. And he also called Floyd a bitch a few times yesterday, which was, it was kind of funny, but in the sense of that matter, but they both fighters, so they can do it to each other. Honestly, well, Robert is a former fighter, but he was a fighter and he was a world champion before, and they have a common opponent on both their resumes, Diego Corrales. Corrales beat Robert Garcia, and Mayweather beat Corrales, so you know how that go. But honestly, like I say, and when the press conference shifted from Chicago, my hometown, to San Antonio, hey, things got a little more physical. Maidana and Mayweather were pushing and shit like that. And honestly, like I say, things like that, it draws more attention to the fight. So it's kind of like they have to do publicity stunts like this, and the arguing and things of that, and to kind of get this pay-per-view to sell, because like I say, the pay-per-view numbers for Pacquiao and Mayweather have been down of late. And with the fight last weekend, in another week or two, we should see how Canelo numbers look, how the Canelo Lara numbers look on pay-per-view, because the pay-per-view numbers have been down. So what I believe it is, I believe the fans, I believe us fans, we're getting tired of certain fights. And we're getting to the point where a lot of fans are boycotting these pay-per-views, so these guys can stop making money to force their hands into fighting each other, which is a great idea for me. So we can get the fights that we want to see instead of the fights that we're being force fed into. But like I say, that's just my thoughts on the topic of things, and this will be the end of the video, and hopefully you guys hit that like button for me, comment in the comment section talking about any of the 3 topics I talked about, and I will get back to you. Also hit that subscribe button on Colossal Boxing Talk for us. I appreciate all the subscribers we have now, and I want to send a special shout out to every last one of y'all. Hey, if I mention all y'all names, I'll be on here all day, but to every last one of our subscribers, I want to tell y'all thank you. We appreciate the love and support, and we're going to keep it up. All right, Smooth Cat out.